Hello and welcome to today's coaching sessions live with me, Sally Oddy. As you can see, I still have my flip chart here and I'm going to attempt to be a bit neater this time than I was last time. So I know it was a bit of a rat's nest last time, so I will try and do better. So today's coaching conversation session is all about identifying as a coach. Now, this may sound like the most basic level thing, but this is actually something that the majority of the coaches who work with me in the Business of Coaching Academy have not worked through this vital step. And if you haven't worked through this step, this is going to come bite you on the ass later on when you're trying to sell your coaching and promote yourself as a coach. So identifying as a coach is really the first vital step to becoming a really successful coach. So what does it mean to identify as a coach? So there's really kind of two parts to it. So the first step is to really think about what being a coach means to you and what feelings and thoughts come up when you hear the word coach. So this is an exercise that you guys can do. So when you hear the word coach, what feelings come up for you? What thoughts, what words come up for you when you hear the word coach? So it might be that you hear the word experienced, qualified, it might be, if you're joining, let me know you're joining, and if you want to hop in here with some words, go for it. Experienced, qualified, it might be educated, supportive. It could be well known. It could be successful. It could be confident. Could be whatever it is that you think of when you hear the word coach. It's important to go through these steps. Write down what you think of and what you feel when you hear the word coach, because all of these words are essentially what you're judging yourself by. So when you think of the word coach and you think experienced, qualified, skilled, or whatever it is, you're going to be asking yourself, is this me? Am I experienced, skilled, qualified, supportive, well-known, successful, confident? When you hear the word coach, whatever comes to your mind, those are going to be the things that you're judging yourself on. So working through these things that could be blocks for you is really the first step to, and we're talking here about confidently identifying as a coach. Confidently identifying as a coach. So understanding this is like the first step that you need to really go through. So if you've not done this exercise yet, I do actually strongly encourage you to do it, because what comes up might just surprise you. And then the next part is, what is a coach actually? What is a coach and what do they do? You know, ask yourself questions. Does a coach need to have all the answers? A lot of people come to me and they're like, oh, I don't think I have all the answers. I'm not qualified enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not experienced enough. What if I don't know the answer? Your job as a coach isn't necessarily to have all the answers, remember. Your job as a coach is to hold space for the other person, for them to find the answer for themselves. Your job as a coach is to know what kind of questions to ask to help your client get to the answers for themselves. So what does a coach actually do? These are questions that you need to answer for yourself, because you can't possibly expect to be able to go out there and confidently call yourself a coach if you haven't worked through what a coach really means to you and you haven't worked through what a coach actually does, right? So to work through all of this as well, I think what a really good exercise is to make sure that you are very clear on your experience. Oopsie. Your experience, the experience you have as a person, the experience you have as a coach, who you've coached before, and your expertise. Your experience and your expertise. These are the things that are going to make you a good coach. And these are the things that are going to help you identify as a coach. So when it comes to your experience and expertise, ask yourself, what experience do I have in coaching? Like, who have I coached before? And remember, you can be coaching from when you're very, very young. So you can have coached your friends, your family, whoever, who have you coached in real life? What feedback have you had? I've worked with coaches who've actually had really, really successful experiences coaching people, but still don't identify with themselves as a coach. When I've been in business for many, many years, and I have had my own marketing consultancy since 2012. So I've been a business owner for a long time. But when I pivoted into being a coach beginning of last year, I hesitated for ages to call myself a coach. I called myself a business and marketing mentor, a business strategist, a growth strategist. I really hooked on the word mentor. Obviously, I was a consultant for ages. But when I actually decided, no, Sally, actually what you are and what people are going to understand what you are is a coach. It took me such a long time to change that job title on LinkedIn because I didn't identify as a coach. To me, a coach was a learned professional who had all of these modalities and could help clients make incredible breakthroughs reliably every single time. The word coach carried so much pressure for me. And I didn't think that was who I was. I didn't identify as a coach. So I pushed it away. I didn't want to go out there and say that's who I was because I was scared. I was scared people would think, what is she doing? She's not a coach. She's not got a coaching qualification or a coaching degree. And I think there's different types of coaches. There are coaches who are qualified as an official coach. Your job is being a coach. Then there are experiential coaches who bring everything they've ever done in their lives, their experience and expertise into their coaching business. And here I think is kind of where it gets the juiciest, because anybody who wants to be a coach can get the coaching qualifications that are open to you if that's what you want to do. But nobody shares your expertise and experience. Nobody. And this is about what you bring to your business as a coach and to you as a coach. So when it comes to identifying as a coach, really think about where you are and the things you have overcome. That is a vital skill that you need to have, in my opinion, to be a successful coach. You need to have overcome the challenges that you are going to be coaching on. And if you haven't fully overcome them, you need to have amassed the knowledge, the skills, or the experience to help you be progressing towards overcoming them in order to help somebody do the same thing. Remember, where you are today, right, might not be where you eventually want to end up, but this is where you are, right? All you need to do to be able to coach somebody else who, to them, where you are is the bright shining sunshine of the nirvana land, you just need to be a couple of steps in front of them, right? Because this is where they are now, and getting here feels impossible for them, but you're already there. It doesn't matter what qualifications you have. It doesn't matter. Like, the fact that you've got there and you've got this burning desire to coach and you feel you can help people do that, or you've got experience of helping people do that, this is all part of you stepping forward and confidently identifying as a coach. So these are all things that you can be working through to help you really step forward and identify as a coach. And the final part really is, I'm just going to do it over here, your coaching identity. So the first part is identifying as a coach. That's like step one. And step two is your coaching identity. Now, your coaching identity essentially is kind of like your coaching job title. Let's put it that way. It's who you say you are as a coach. And when you get your coaching identity down, when you really understand who you are as a coach, who you most powerfully serve, what transformation you most powerfully help them achieve, and you create your coaching identity out of that, your coaching identity starts to do a lot of the heavy lifting for you. So if you call yourself, so for me, like the Soulpreneur Success Coach, if you're a soulpreneur and you want success, just by my job title alone, you're going to think, she can be the person to help me achieve what I want to achieve. So when you've got your coaching identity down, it does a lot of the heavy lifting in terms of your marketing and sales for you, because it acts as a pre-qualifier. Anybody who doesn't want what your coaching job title says isn't going to follow you, isn't going to engage with your stuff. But on the flip side of that, the people who do want what you're saying, the people who do resonate with your coaching job title, they are your dream clients, and they are going to qualify themselves into your business. And that's why the coaching identity is the second module of the Business of Coaching Academy, which is my group coaching program, because understanding your coaching identity and identifying as a coach, guys, these are the solid foundations upon which your coaching business will be built. I just had a conversation with someone a moment ago, and what she was saying, I'll just do it over here. She was saying it's like the iceberg, and there's the water, and there's the tip of the iceberg. So that's the stuff that a lot of people are focusing on, like creating a Facebook page, creating a Facebook group, writing social media posts. Your coaching identity is here, way under the water where no one else can see. It's the stuff you need to start with. It's the foundation upon which your coaching business is built. If you're just going along focusing on this top 3%, everything else is going to be shaky. Nothing is going to quite make sense. And I can guarantee, if you haven't really identified as a coach in your heart, in your soul, and if you haven't really identified your coaching identity, problems could pop up for you down the line. You could realize down the line that your coaching foundation is shaky. And what I've learned as a coach, I've learned so many things being a coach. Like, being a coach, isn't being a coach like the most confronting job you can possibly ever have? Like, there's nowhere to hide when you're a coach. If the inner stuff isn't done, if you haven't done this inner work, part of which is identifying as a coach and creating your coaching identity, when it comes to selling and promoting yourself as a coach, you're going to struggle, because you're not going to be 100% sure, confident, with complete clarity, and have that belief that you are a coach. It's about belief and clarity. Do you have belief in yourself as a coach? Do you? Ask yourself, tell me, do you have belief in yourself as a coach? And do you have clarity over exactly who you are as a coach? These are two fundamental questions you need to be asking yourself if you're a coach and you want to have a successful online business. So if you want help with this stuff, if you want help doing this inner work, getting this clarity for yourself and shifting your belief that you are a coach, DM me, send me a comment, we can have a quick chat and see if the Business of Coaching Academy is right for you. This is the stuff that I work with so many coaches through, established coaches, coaches who are just starting out. You know, you can be a coach for years, and if you haven't done this stuff, or if you don't know the business and marketing fundamentals, you'll fall down at some point. There'll be a ceiling to how much you can grow. If you're starting out as a brand new coach and you do this stuff now, you're going to be so far ahead of the people who didn't do it when they started out, right? So give yourself every benefit, every advantage that you possibly can, so that your coaching business can build in a nice, reliable, and easier fashion. So if you need help with this stuff, drop me a comment, drop me a DM, get in touch with me, sally@sallyoddie.com. Let me know, let's have a nice little chat and see if I can help you at all. I hope this has helped you today. If this is something that you haven't done, let me know if you're going to be doing this, figuring out who you are as a coach and how you identify as a coach. I hope you've enjoyed this session today, guys. I'll be back again later in the week. Mwah. See you later.